Do you remember last year when the rumours were floating around about there being Assassin's Creed NFTs? Well, yeah, since then we've heard very little, and I was just thinking about this the other day because it's coming up on about a year ago that I was contacted by Ubisoft involving the NFT project that Ubisoft were working on. Basically, you would design your own custom assassin and it would be delivered to you as a collectible, which sounds really innocent and quite fun. Of course, I believe there were some sort of blockchain, Bitcoin, currency, like worth thing going on. I'm not too familiar with smart collectibles, but from what I understand, they would hold their own value and they would become some kind of stock exchange with these custom assassins that you would build. Now, I didn't sign an NDA or anything, so I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this, mainly because I'm really disappointed that it didn't go through, because I was very excited to be a part of it. But in October last year, one of their marketing teams from Ubisoft reached out to me and asked me to collaborate. They'd seen my character study on Shay Cormac, and they were very interested in having me design my own personal little assassin and getting him sent to me in a cube or a collectible card or some sort of thing, and create a video showing off what the NFTs were going to be like. And that was something that I was really interested in. However, after about a week of back and forth communication, the line went dead. And to this day, I'm sort of thinking, did I do something wrong? Did I mess up? And just randomly, it came back into my mind that I wanted to sort of investigate this further. So for example, I have here a tweet, which I'm going to put on the screen. And this is from IRL Smart Collectibles. These were the people called Integral Reality Labs that were going to be creating these NFTs for Ubisoft. So this is one of the final tweets that I could find regarding Assassin's Creed's NFTs. And they looked like they were very excited to debut this to fans, and it was on the way very soon. This was in May. I was contacted in October, so I'm of the belief that this was still going to happen until very recently. But obviously, we've heard no news since probably December is the last news article that I could find regarding these NFTs. And if you go on the Smart Collectibles website, it tells a very interesting story. Okay, so as you can see here we have, all I've typed in here is IRL Smart Collectibles, which is the name of their website. And the first thing that comes up is Assassin's Creed Smart Collectibles, which you would expect. However, when you click on it, you get Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online appears to be a collaboration, obviously, between Star Trek and these collectibles. They seem to have picked up where Ubisoft left them. They appear to have partnered with Star Trek instead, and that's really interesting. I mean, look at this. It still says Assassin's Creed Smart Collectibles. You click on it, it's not there. You click on Assassin's Creed landing page, which, by the way, sounds like they didn't finish the SEO on that. The search engine optimization that you need to rank on Google. It appears like they've forgotten to do some of this, because that should not say Assassin's Creed landing page. That should just say Shop Assassin's Creed or something along those lines. Even Star Trek Online has not been capitalized. So guys, you've got some work to be doing over at Smart Collectibles. So you click on the main page and you get Star Trek. You get some information about the NFTs, and you get some of their socials, and it seems like a perfectly normal page. However, you go on the Assassin's Creed landing page, and you get a bit of a description of what this project was going to be. So let's get into that right now. You can see that it says, own a physical smart collectible, which is the premise of what these NFTs were going to be. You can see there's sort of like a card, and then if I move me out the way, you can also see there's like a cube where you can see little Basim is sitting inside, and it's got his name. It's like a collectible trading card. If you go and buy yours now, it doesn't take you to anything. If you scroll down, this is really interesting. It says Season 3 and 4 now available, including Evie and Jacob Fry from Syndicate and Basim from Mirage. Now, I believe Ezio was meant to be like the Season 1. I have no idea what the Season 2 was, but apparently it must have came out, because we are now on Season 3 and 4, which is confusing to me because was this put out too soon? Because I don't know anybody who has these NFTs. And if you go on View Collection, maybe to see what the previous ones are, you're taken to the store, which also has nothing on it. And then we've got the key features here. And I mean, I just want to preface that I do think, aside from maybe the stock value of these things, the premise is quite cool. You design your own assassin, you customize them, and then you get them sent to you. And they even have a companion app, which could be used to level up and complete tasks. And, you know, it would be a bit like, I don't know, did anybody ever have a Poke Walker back in the day for Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver? You would carry around this little Pokemon on this like digital Fitbit, and as you walked it, you could do battles and trading and stuff, and it was like a little customizable thing, and I feel like this has the same kind of aura about it. And you can see here how the NFTs were going to work. So you can customize Ezio in different colors, different weapons, you can choose the pose he was going to have, and it looks like there's even rarities in terms of the level of your Ezio, and then come to life. So I'm guessing it would kind of work like a Skylander, where you'd have the physical toy that you could then put on some sort of portal or scan this code that was on the rim of the cube, and then you could watch him fight and stuff in the online world. And that's pretty cool. I mean, it says hundreds of poses to pick from, so there were going to be loads of different characters. And it says here, we're not talking about run-of-the-mill trading cards. Oh no, these 3D printed custom slates embed your favourite customised character, making it a unique, one-of-a-kind collectible. It's got a chip and authentication to be used on their app. So it is a totally unique design that you will own. And I presume that you could have so many different options that you could end up selling them if you wanted to, or I'm not quite sure how you would gain value on these things, because Ezio only had so many colours with his costumes, but, you know, who knows? I mean, if I wanted to find out, I can't. It's interesting that we've got the dimensions here as well, so they're about 2 by 3 inches, which is probably, you know, it's quite funny, I'm actually holding this here, but it's probably about the size of this Magic the Gathering deck box. So it looks like the trading card would sort of have a still image of your character, but if you wanted to buy a 3D cube that would let you look at the entire character suspended in the air, like with Basim here, then that was also an option. And this appears to actually be smaller than the trading card, but three-dimensional. So that's quite a cool give and take, and you can see it says there's some numbers, there's some QR codes. Sorry, my face is in the way. Basim has like QR codes and numbers written on him, so there is something unique. Maybe there's like a batch of 100 and you get a particular number. It says there's digital interactions and customizability and stuff like that, which is interesting. And you can see it looks really simple. I mean, the way I was pitched it in this collaboration was that I would simply design it and then show off what it did. Now, I'm still not sure what it would have actually done. I'm not sure if there would have been like little battles or fight scenes or like just customizability. I mean, if we scroll back up, you can see here where you can customize Ezio. There are different color schemes, there are different poses. You can have him in his Assassin's Creed 2 look, you can have him in the ebony look, I think it was called, the black suit, which was a bonus skin. You can have him with different weapons. I mean, yeah, you can see here, the Wetlands Scimitar. These are all weapons that were in Assassin's Creed 2, and it's kind of cool that they've kept the graphical art style of those games. And finally, if we go down to the bottom, you can see it says more on sale. Now, the interesting thing about this is that there is example product title, which is another example where I think this page was not meant to be found. And I don't know if this will maybe give these guys a bit of a shout out, but you just need to kind of hide this from your website. I would delete this page immediately, actually, because I get the impression this is not going to happen. I mean, it's a beautifully designed page. I must say, they have a fantastically designed website. It's very simple, great to look at. You can tell I work in marketing. But yeah, you're missing some details to make it complete. For example, you don't have anything on sale, so I'm guessing the shop element of this was very quickly removed, and they haven't decided to change this. And the season release is nothing, which I think concretely tells us that whatever this plan was with the NFTs, it's not happening. And even then, it looks like the license was only retained up till 2023, which means something must have happened in between to... Oh, they made their website with Shopify. Oh, that's interesting. It was made with Shopify. Shout out to Shopify. So, I mean, clearly this was quite a strange endeavour. And I think maybe Ubisoft didn't understand their target audience, or they thought that the target audience would be into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and stuff like that. I mean, I think this is maybe a little too out there for what Assassin's Creed is as a brand. I think somebody must have decided later down the line that Assassin's Creed does not really have the audience for this, and it's a little bit too ambitious. I mean, there is nothing wrong with creating these cool, customizable collectibles where you decide how you want it to look, and then you get it delivered to you. That's brilliant. I think that that's something I would have really been on board with working with. But I think it's the lack of understanding, on my part mainly, of how the monetization of this works. Because as much as I was fully open to working on this collaboration, I don't know what the ramifications are for this in people's wallets. Now obviously, I am a very small YouTube channel, and the opportunity to work with Ubisoft or Assassin's Creed on a collaboration is something that I would still like to keep on the table, because I'm a big fan of these video games and I do want to support these games. And I did get very excited at the idea of working on this collaboration, and it's a shame that it's not fully gone ahead, and I would be interested to see what the plan was going to be. But what do you think of this strange NFT project? Because it seems to be behind us, it's in the past. Clearly, Integral Reality Labs are working on a different project with Star Trek, so I'm very happy that they've been able to find a franchise that they're happy to work with. What do you think of this? I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It's a crazy little thing that they did. But hey, I guess this is Assassin's Creed. They will, at this point, try anything. And that's why we like it. So I just want to hear your thoughts down below. Like, educate me on what NFTs are. If you like this video, consider hitting that like button and subscribe for more Assassin's Creed content, and I will see you in the next video.